exposing the truth in Crestview's darkest night, a night that would forever change the peaceful town. This is gonna blow your mind. The events that unfolded were nothing short of a nightmare. The town of Crestview, nestled between rolling hills and dense woods, had always been a place where crime was rare. The residents prided themselves on their tight-knit community and the sense of security that came with it. But that all changed on a cold December night. The air was crisp, and the streets were eerily quiet, blanketed in a fresh layer of snow. Just after midnight, Officer Sarah Mills received a call that would haunt her forever. The voice on the other end was frantic, filled with a terror that sent chills down her spine. A jogger had found a body along the old railroad tracks. The tracks, long abandoned, were a place where few ventured, especially at night. Arriving quickly, Sarah stepped out into the icy air, the wind howling through the trees. The scene was surreal, the silence only broken by the crunch of snow underfoot. The body, a woman in her mid-30s, lay cold and motionless beneath a dusting of snow. Her presence there seemed almost otherworldly, a stark contrast to the serene winter landscape. Her eyes were open, staring blankly at the sky, her expression frozen in shock. The investigation began immediately, with officers combing the area for any clues. The victim, Grace Holloway, was a beloved local teacher, missing for 3 days. Her disappearance had already sent ripples of fear through the community. Digging deeper, Sarah uncovered a secret. Grace had been involved with a married man, Paul Gardner. The revelation shocked everyone who knew her. Paul's wife, Olivia, had recently discovered the affair. The tension in their household had reached a boiling point. Paul was the obvious suspect but had a solid alibi. He claimed to have been out of town on business the night Grace disappeared. With no evidence against Olivia, frustration grew. The case seemed to be at a standstill, with no clear direction. Then a breakthrough, a button found near the scene. It was a small, seemingly insignificant piece of evidence, but it would prove to be crucial. It didn't match Grace's clothing, but came from a man's coat. The discovery raised new questions and suspicions. DNA tests revealed traces of skin under Grace's nails, matching Paul Gardner. The evidence was damning, pointing directly to him. Re-examining his alibi, Sarah found discrepancies. The timeline didn't add up, and witnesses began to contradict his story. Confronted with the evidence, Paul confessed. The weight of his guilt was too much to bear. In a fit of rage, he had killed Grace and left her body by the tracks. The affair had driven him to a breaking point, and in a moment of madness, he had taken her life. A simple button brought justice for Grace Holloway, changing Crestview forever. The town would never be the same, the memory of that night etched into its history. The Silent Night murder would never be forgotten. The community came together to mourn and remember, vowing to keep Grace's memory alive. The tragedy served as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface, even in the most peaceful of places. In the aftermath, the town held meetings to discuss safety and how to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. The police department reviewed their procedures, determined to learn from the incident. The story dominated local headlines for weeks, with every new detail sending shockwaves through the community. The media coverage brought national attention to Crestview, a town that had once been known for its tranquility. At the school where Grace taught, her students and colleagues were devastated. They held a memorial service in her honor, filling her classroom with flowers and messages of love and remembrance. Paul Gardner was tried and convicted for the murder of Grace Holloway. The trial was a painful process for everyone involved, but it brought a sense of closure to the community. Olivia Gardner, despite her husband's betrayal and the horror of his actions, found support within the community. She chose to stay in Crestview, determined to rebuild her life. The police department implemented new training and safety measures, hoping to prevent future tragedies. Officer Sarah Mills, though haunted by the events, became a symbol of resilience and dedication. Slowly, Crestview began to heal. The streets that had once been filled with fear and suspicion started to feel safe again. The community, though forever changed, found strength in unity. Grace Holloway's grave became a place of pilgrimage for those who loved her. It stood as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. As the sun set over Crestview, the town was bathed in a golden light. The Silent Night murder was a chapter in its history that would never be forgotten, but it also marked the beginning of a new era of awareness and vigilance. The community came together more than ever before, holding events and gatherings to strengthen their bonds. The the tragedy had brought them closer, reminding them of the importance of looking out for one another. Officer Sarah Mills continued her duty with renewed determination. She had faced the darkest night in Crestview's history and emerged stronger, a beacon of hope for the town. Grace Holloway's legacy lived on through her students and the community she had touched. Her impact was felt in every corner of Crestview, a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. The Silent Night murder was a chilling tale, but it also highlighted the resilience and strength of a community. Crestview, under the starry night sky, stood as a symbol of hope and unity, forever changed but never broken.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and like the video.